Hello everyone, myself Snehal Londe and I am currently in a final year of engineering. So today I am explaining you the my DMW project, which is car price prediction. So imagine a situation that if you have an old car and you want to sell it, so you may go to the agent and you will try to find out market price of the car. But what if you can know the selling price of your car without intervention of any agent? Definitely this will make your work easier, right? So the system is already learn about the various selling prices of various cars over a number of years. So first we'll discuss about the algorithm that I have used to predict the selling price of a car. So I have used random forest regression for predicting a selling price. A random forest is an ensemble technique capable of performing both regression and classification tasks with the use of multiple decision trees. And the technique is called bootstrap and aggregation, which is commonly called as a bagging. So what is this bootstrap and aggregation? We'll discuss later. But the basic idea behind this is to combine multiple decision trees in determining the final output rather than relying on individual decision trees. Random forest has multiple decision trees as a base learning model. We randomly perform row sampling and feature sampling from the dataset, forming a sample dataset for every model. So as the name suggests, in random forest there are random number of decision trees, and based on that decision trees will made the prediction. So we'll see this how. See this diagram. Here D represent my original dataset of size m by n. M is the number of features and n is the number of records or number of rows in the dataset. Now what we are doing is we are performing row sampling and feature sampling. What is this row sampling and feature sampling is? We are taking random number of features and random number of rows to build the bootstrap data set. So this you can see here, this dt1 and dt2, all these are my bootstrap data set, and each bootstrap data set will have its own decision. So in case of classification, whatever will be the majority decision, that will be considered as a final output. But here I have to predict selling price of a car. So this is a regression problem, and in this what we are doing, we'll take the average of all the decision to predict the output. So this concept is called as aggregation. So let's move to the code now. First of all, I will show you my data set. So you can see here, this is my data set. I have taken this data set from the Kaggle. It has features such as car name, year, selling price, and etc. So I will show you demo first and then we'll move to the code. So here we are predicting this selling price based on some features like how many owners it has before, how much kilometers it has derived. Okay, so I will just put some value here. Let's consider showroom price as a 10 lakhs and let's consider it as a 24,000. Okay, so I'm just inserting of values here. Let's consider my fuel type as a petrol and it's an individual manual car. So I will just click on here, calculate selling price. So you can see here, this system has predicted me the selling price of a car. So we can sell this car at 6.38 lakhs. Okay, so now we'll move to the code. First of all, I have imported all the necessary libraries. So I imported the pandas, then we'll read the data set using a pandas. Then I have used this shape function. This function gives me an idea about the size of my data set. So you can see here there are 301 rows and 9 columns in my data set. Now we are predicting selling price of a car based on these features, that is seller type, fuel type, transmission and owner. So I have printed here the unique values for this feature. Now next is we'll check for the missing values. I have used isNull.sum function to find out the missing values. So you can see here there are no missing values. Then I have used describe function. This describe function gives me information about statistical data, that is count, mean and all. So now next is I have considered these features in my final data set. I have omitted this car name feature here, because based on car name we cannot predict the selling price of a car, right? So I have omitted that, and all other features I considered in the final data set. Now what we are doing is we use head function to print the initial or start first 5 records in the data set. So you can see here the records are printed. Now next what we are doing is we'll add one column, that is current year column, as a 2021, and now we'll again use head function. So you can see this current year column is added now. Okay, now next we'll add one more column, that is a number of year. So this number of year gives me how much old my car is. So this is again an important feature to add. So we'll add this number of year column by subtracting year column from the current year, and we'll use head function. Now you can see number of year column is added now. Okay, now next is we'll drop the year column because it is of no use, so we'll drop it. Here axis is equal to 1 means what? We are dropping column, yes, not row. If we are dropping a row, then we will write here axis is equal to 0, and in place is equal to true means so that operation will take place on a original object. So next again use a head function, and this is my data, these are my features and the records in my data set. Now next what we will do is, next is the important concept, that is one hot encoding. So you can see here my fuel type is petrol, diesel or CNG, right? So these are different categorical values, and it is very difficult to deal with categorical values. So what we are doing is we will convert these categorical values in terms of zeros and ones. So for that purpose I have used getDummies function. This getDummies function is a pandas function which will convert these categorical values into the 0 and 1. I have passed this final data set as an argument to this method, and drop first is equal to true means what? See, after execution of this function, I can see here this fuel type feature is converted into two features, that is fuel type diesel and fuel type petrol. But we have one more value for the fuel type, that is CNG. But this CNG column is not added here. Why? Because of this drop true. This drop first is equal to true means it will prevent extra column formation or extra feature formation. How? Because see this. See, fuel type diesel and fuel type petrol, these two columns are added, and if my fuel type is neither diesel and nor petrol, that means we can think logically my fuel type will be CNG, right? So that's why this fuel type CNG column is not added. So this is how this getDummies function method works, and we'll use head method to print the records in the data set. So this is my final data set now, and what I am doing here, I will drop this current year column because it is of no use, so we'll drop it. Then we'll use head function. So now you can see this current year column is dropped, and we can see all other features. Now next important feature is correlation. Correlation is basically gives us the it gives how one feature is correlated with other feature. So the aim is to use this correlation is because I am using random forest regression for predicting selling price, and one of the assumption made in the random forest is the only that features will be considered which are less correlated, and the more correlated features will not be considered. That's why we will use this core method for finding the correlation. We'll understand this concept of correlation in a visualized way. That's why I imported Seaborn as this, and we'll get the correlation of each feature in the data set, and we'll plot the heat map using this sns.heatmap method, and we'll plot the heat map. So you can see here this dark green color, it indicates that the feature is highly correlated, highly positively correlated, and this this brown color indicates that features are less correlated, or we can say negatively correlated. So you can see this feature fuel type diesel and fuel type petrol, these are less correlated or negatively correlated. Now we'll separate dependent feature and independent feature. So in this case selling price is my dependent features, and all other features will be considered as a independent feature. So now print this x dot head and y dot head. So next important concept is feature importance. For finding feature importance, I have used extra tree regressor. Extra trees regressor is a library which allows us to find the feature importance. So from sklearn I have imported this extra trees regressor, and I have created a model where I initialize this extra trees regressor and will use fit method to train my model. Now next what I did is I have printed the feature importances. We'll understand this feature importance in the visualized way. So you can see here I have used this pd.series method to print the important features, and I have just printed here first 5 important features. In this case I have considered all features as an important feature, but just to show you feature importance I have printed first 5. Here n largest 5 means we have printed first 5 important features. So you can see here present price, fuel type diesel, transmission manual, seller type individual, and number of year. These are my important first 5 important features. Now next we will it's time to divide the data set into train and test. Now I have used xtrain.shape function, which will gives me the size of my xtrain data set. Now what I did is I have imported random forest regressor. Okay, so next I have initialized the random forest regressor, and then in the random forest regressor there will be, now we are building number of decision trees, right? So how many number of decision trees should be there, what should be the value of how much maximum depth of that tree should be. So all these parameters will be we will assign the values to these parameters using randomized search CV. Randomized search CV will calculate the values for these hyperparameters, that is n estimators, maximum features, maximum depth and all. So for that purpose I have created a random grid. Random grid is in the form of key value pair. So you can see this n estimator is a key and some value will be assigned to it. So randomized search CV gives me this values for this n estimator, but we just don't want these values, we want optimal values for these parameters. So for that purpose we will call this randomized search CV here, and this will give me and will pass this xtrain and ytrain dataset for calculating the optimal value. So next I have printed the best parameter values for the same. So you can see this n estimator is given as 400, minimum sample split should be 5. So these are different optimal values for this parameter given by the randomized search CV. Now next we'll make a prediction with we will call this predict method with respect to x test, and we'll plot the scatter uh, uh, with respect to y test and prediction. So you can see this graph here, points are almost linear, that means my prediction is pretty much good. And now next we'll open a file, and we'll store all this data to that file and dump this information to that file. Okay, so I have already shown you the demo, and yes, so this is all about my project. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.